I went to work for Theo Thynne and Associates. I was very lucky because they asked me to go there, and I can't remember who. I think it was Nev Miller moved on to Theo Thynne's office, and they were good. They were known as a good design office because working there was Robin Gibson, Don Winson, who was a superb draftsman, not a great designer, Rob Gibson, who was fresh back from working for Sir Hugh Casson in London, and he was full of overconfidence and, you know, whatever. And so Theo really ran an office based on his wife's wealth, and
But houses?
Houses. I'm trying to think. We did houses, but we did houses for generally people who were in business, like John Mills himself, who was a printer in town. We did a house for them at St Lucia when St Lucia had dirt roads. And also they did the Chamber of Commerce building up in Wickham Terrace, right at the very, up near the Theosophical Society, that old building. I've got it wrong, I think, Rob, but you know where I mean.
I know what you mean.
And that was an early Rob. He was the instrumental in designing that, which was a very smart modern building when it was first built. And I'm trying to think, that scale of building, a very nice factory for Butterworth fishing rods in Stanley Street, South Brisbane, which was done in a sort of column and beam frame, concrete frame with infill, which was quite very modern for its day, very advanced for its day. And that's of course all the South Brisbane stuff's gone, of course, with the Expo and Southbank. And am I rattling on too much?
No, this is exactly what it's for.
Okay, so yeah, we had it was a very good team at Theo Thynne's. Michael Bryce joined us there, and he and I used to, he used to dress very well, like a dandy. He loved dressing, and he and I had our VW Beetles together, so we became good friends over our motor cars, and we'd go to lunch and stuff, you know, around the town in those days.
Where did you go for lunch?
Oh well, Michael was in the University Regiment, so we could go to the US Club. Not regiment, Air Force. Air Force. So we could go to the United Service Club, or we'd just go somewhere downtown to some little place. And I used to meet Russell Kerrison sometimes at the Salon Curry House, which was in Edward Street, which is long gone, of course. You know. So yeah, so Michael worked with us, and then while I was there, Gabriel Poole turned up on the doorstep one day, having come in from jackarooing and starting to do architecture. And while he was working there, hang on, let me think. Now Gabriel did come to Theo's for a while, yes. Yes. Because in show week I have this memory of Gabriel turning up one morning in his dinner suit. And in show week in those days, there were endless parties we all went to. And Gabriel, of course, had overstepped the mark, hadn't he? He hadn't had time to go home. He'd just sort of come into the office in his dinner suit from the party the night before. But so it was an interesting office because Gabriel was even then a thinker and an architectural enthusiast. And we had Robin Gibson, who was, you know, pretty forceful and a good person to be around at that time, really. If you could put up with it, you learnt a bit. And
where was the office?
And I was also the driver again. The office was in the Colonial Mutual building on the 6th floor, and we had lovely George, the lift driver.
That's next to the GPO?
Yep. We were on the 6th floor next to what's his name? Fitz, the dentist, the fashionable dentist of the time, and we had rooms each side of the corridor. The secretary sat this side and we were all on this side of the corridor. And I remember we had Laurie West's Batoya chairs, which the welds weren't too good on the front, and the little wires would lift where they'd been welded at the front, and a few of the clients' ladies did their stockings in on those, so that was not good. But from my point of view, to walk into that office after Moles and McMinn, it had Batoya chairs, we had very nice cabinet work with graphic yellow doors and the proper feeling for an office, you see. And so it was a very stimulating place to work. It was good.